for tuning in and joining us this Friday as we meet with the owner of Brownie's Learning Center, Miss Shamecia Brown. This is Shamecia Brown. I wanted to go ahead and really quickly go over our guidelines for the community. Please be engaged today in our discussion as we discuss Brownie's Learning Center and the passion purpose plan behind it. Please be sure to like, follow, and share Brownie's Learning Center if you have not already. For those of us who are already familiar with Brownie's Learning Center, please feel free to engage as well because this is a community and we want to make sure that everyone's involved. I want to briefly share that this is a personal connection. I do know Mrs. Shamecia Brown through personal and business connection because my mini boss here at Doing the Most Media attended Brownie's Learning Center a couple of years ago and is now into kindergarten. And so I wanted to make sure to put the spotlight where the spotlight is due on a beautiful community service and on a great community, and reputable agency. So without further ado, I would like to pass the floor to Mrs. Shamecia Brown. Please tell us.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
good. How are you?
Good. I just wanted to go ahead and let you tell us a little bit about yourself, please, and definitely a lot about Brownie's Learning Center.
Well, for me, I am Shamecia Brown, as you said, owner of Brownie's Learning Center for the last 9 years now. I am a wife of 17 years. I have three children. Um, and Brownies is my kids is the reason that I started Brownies. We didn't want our little ones in childcare. It was expensive, as you know. So I started Brownies kind of just to help my husband at first, and then it became a passion of mine. And so it was kind of a win win because I was able to serve you guys and give you what I have to offer, but keep my own children at home. And that's where I came up with the pricing, as you also know, is fair. Because the quotes we were given at one point was like, wow, that's what they're doing, to people. Um, so that's kind of how it started, why it started, and it's just what I love. Definitely trying to expand here soon, to be able to give it and offer it to more people, not to have to turn people away due to space. Because I believe that we do have something to offer that more than what we can hold here needs to experience.
Yes, definitely. You offer an amazing service. You definitely work with the kids in the community. Please share a little bit about your mission. I would like you to share your mission because that mission is so important and you really stick to that mission every single day in what you do.
Yeah, it is touching hearts and building minds. And where that came from is we're really big on education, not just watching TV or, you know, just letting them just be here. We like to have them leave where they are more than ready for kindergarten. Um, where, and then the building minds, is the education, but touching hearts is I really built relationships with you guys as clients and with the children to where even now we communicate even when the children are gone because I try to build a family atmosphere. So the building minds is the education and touching hearts is to really let everybody know that individually I care for them and their children. And it's not just money for us here.
Absolutely. And you touch on that mission, like I said, every single day. Some of the things that you have done that stick out to me, at least having experienced some of the service, is the book that you do for the kids in the very beginning when you first get the kids. So there's
Oh
that
yeah, the binder.
relationships. Like yeah, there's an immediate connection for the kids to say hey, there's something that's mine, and this is something that you've put together for them. So you build relationships with the families and the kids, and that's so very important.
Well, I'm happy to know that I'm definitely living out my mission.
You definitely are. So I want to ask, what led you to, I mean, aside from just, the need for your family to have childcare, what led you to want to do more education and more, curriculum based care when you work with the kids?
A lot of things, as you, because you do know me, is based on my family. So the fact that we're very serious with education with our boys, I feel that everyone's child deserves that same education, especially early, because it does start at home. And what you guys can't do at home all day, I want to be able to assist with those things. So I don't think that children should be left behind. And because I want my children to be ahead, that's the same thing I implement at Brownies. So, you know, how I teach different ways. So some kids learn through music, some kids learn through hands on, some kids learn with objects. So I care enough to know exactly how they learn so that everybody leaves here more than ready, no matter what their method of learning is.
Yes, and that's something that's been apparent I'm sure in many of the comments that you get. I've seen the comments in your on your site, and lots of people comment about how their kids have been ready for school and ready to go as soon as they get in there for the testing and everything like that. So it does really speak as a testament to what you do with the learning piece of it.
Yeah, and that's definitely our objective, like I said, because you don't want to just have great things for your children. At least you shouldn't. So the same things that my children are afforded through us, I want to make sure every kid's life I'm in has that same opportunity, even from lunch. So our kids eat well balanced meals. We feed Brownies children well balanced meals. Like a couple of you guys have said, hey, can we come and eat, lunch at daycare today? So I just really look at the children as my own, and I look at them. If my boys did go to childcare, what would I have wanted? And that's what helps me run it the way that I do, because these are the things I would have wanted as their mother. I would have wanted to know they're learning, they're safe, they're loved, and I would want to know that they're not just money, because that is how some places are ran. And I want to know that they're really cared for. So that's how, and that's the thing with the app that we utilize, is I will want to know throughout the day, what are they doing, what are they looking at, if they're what are they doing on recess, um, because I'm a mom first. So I put myself in your shoes as my clients.
Yes, and that shows because it wasn't just app communication. There were pictures. There were times in the day you get a nice little, a surprise on your phone, a picture, a little moment, to brighten your day. And that's a thing that helps kind of get parents through the day. At least I know it was for me, being early on as a newer mom. So, what are some of the things that you have picked up skills wise, whether it's certifications? What are some of the things that you have picked up to inform the care that you do for the kids in the community?
Well, definitely, taking the classes that's required, the CPR, first aid, um, but basically just back to being a mom. Like, you don't, I don't feel that there's any skill you can pick up or learn. I think that when you do what I choose to do, you have to really love it. So, as you know, I research everything. A lot of my clients come to me as I'm their doctor as well. Like, hey, so our kid is doing this. What should we do? Should we take them to the doctor? So I like to educate my things to be able to give you guys everything. So it's not actually a skill or a piece of paper. It's more of a passion and a love that I have that makes me research so that I can have answers for you when you come to me.
Definitely no better teacher than experience, and you are definitely experienced and skilled in what you do.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure plenty of parents ask you lots of questions. I mean, I'm sure you change your hat many times in a day just to
Yes.
make sure that all the needs are met.
But
Um,
I feel honored though, because it is more than just childcare at some point. I am Dr. Brown, I am Counselor Brown. There is a lot of hats, but I appreciate and I'm honored to do all of them. So
and your families definitely appreciate you. So anyone who meets you can tell that you're passionate about brownies. Can you tell us what makes you what adds to that passion aside from just your I know you said just your kids, but I know that there's even just from personally knowing you, even your grandchild, like just everyone in your family is just it's a network. I'm
yeah.
sure it's part of the passion. Can you tell us a little bit more about the community and the network that you kind of created through brownies?
Well, we we give back to the community. Um, Anytime that I find out within the families of brownies or brownies families indirectly, if there's a need, I try to meet it. If it's clothes, if it's gifts for Christmas, if there's food, that they need, if there's financial assistance that they need through brownies. You work side by side with me as well. So just anything that we can do. Like I said, it's not all about money here for us. It's really about touching hearts and building minds and, helping people to start businesses like you have. And, just that we all can do it. And it's bigger than just brownies, it is meeting a need, or if somebody needs help with tuition, help them. If someone kids need clothes, we can go buy them. It's just really bigger than me. It really is.
Yes. So we know that the problem you're solving in the community, or the need that you're meeting, is childcare. But I want to go a little bit more specific, since we're during the pandemic and things are changing. I heard you mention expansion. Um, what are some of your goals for expansion? Maybe we're more talking or plan at this point than purpose. But what are some of your plans for expansion? What are some of the ways that maybe even the community can help with this mission of expansion? Because you're right, so many more people do need to be able to experience Brownie's Learning Center. And I'm sure COVID has changed a lot of that.
It has changed some things. We have had families have to leave due to finances, and then we have had some that kind of, go part time because they don't want to leave. And we have done everything to keep everyone here. Um, but expanding for brownies will be getting a building. Um, because we do, want to keep ratio. So I am turning people away. Like today actually is a sanitation day. I told you we were closed today so that we can keep people safe, keep the children and families safe. So we did deep cleaning today. But we would love to be able to have a building where we can house more children and get staff. So that's community, hire people because people do need jobs right now in the pandemic. Qualified teachers that will have my character and integrity and, my heart and passion, that I know that they will love the kids like I love them, teach them the way that I want them taught, embrace the families the way that I would embrace them, to where if I am not there, brownies is still brownies.
Yes, definitely having staff that's an extension of you is going to be so
Yes.
important. Definitely, because there's only one of you.
Yeah.
So I want to say that here at Doing the Most Media, we are about community also. And I want to make sure that we're doing what we can to support all small businesses, and especially in particular yours, as we speak about your Brownies Learning Center today. What are some of the ways that people can get a hold of you, or specifically reach out to Brownies Learning Center, so that they can, make questions and inquiries about what you do? And then more than that, if they want to donate.
Well, definitely Brownie's Learning Center LLC, the page, which I don't know if you have linked anywhere. Um,
It'll be in the comments. I got you.
yeah, so there, of course, Instagram as well. And our email is located in both Instagram and Facebook.
And she is a quick and expeditious communicator. She gets with everyone as quickly as she can.
I do. I
All
do
of you.
pride myself in that. I really do.
Yes. So, are there any events or anything coming up that would also go in the direction of donation, or any way that we can help support a brick and mortar, a building types fund or situation?
I don't have any events right now, but I do have some buildings I'm looking at here soon. So if anyone, like I said, wants to reach out to any one of those media and let me know or ask me what they can do to help, it will be appreciated. But right now, we don't have anything set in stone, just kind of looking. And of course, I want the best fit, not just anything. So I'm just waiting to see when I find something that I just say that's brownies.
I do want to highlight some of the really awesome and amazing things that you have done over the years with the kids. You do some very unique things in your at Brownie. Like I know that you don't just watch the kids. You do amazing lunches, but there are field trips and other things. Can you share a little bit about that? Because it's a total experience, especially when we're not in a pandemic.
Right. So field trips are really fun. I set them up for the summertime. So every age group gets their own month, which we always usually lead off with the toddlers. They're in June. Preschoolers are July. And then I do August for school agers because it's kind of like a back to school. So they get like a back to school blast field trip. So it's something really fun. Um, but the field trips are very important to me because I do them myself. So I take them and spend the time with them. So we do parks. We've done library visits. We've done Anthony Thomas Chocolate Factory tours. We've done popcorn factory tours. Um, Go build your own sundaes at the frozen yogurt. Um, oh, we did the fire station museum. That was really fun and educational. Um, there's another. Oh, we did the donut where you create and make your own donuts. So those are like my top favorite ones because they were like actual tours and they were educational. We didn't get to do any this year, unfortunately, which was sad. But and then when we don't do field trips, we do field day, with the bounce houses and all those things. So we still try to have some sort of fun with the pandemic, but yeah, we will. We're looking forward to field trips again here soon.
Oh, I'm sure you guys are. Those were some amazing field trips and family level events you had planned.
Oh, and then
Um,
my other favorite one, I almost forgot because we didn't get to do it, was the pumpkin patch. Um, the annual pumpkin patch where all the families actually come with my family and we all hang out on a Saturday together. So that's a really fun one because JC had a birthday party
yes, that's
at
the
one
main
of those.
one.
Hmm.
Yes, that was a good time. I really I think that's amazing that when you build community, that it's inclusive of all the families and everyone kind of gets to know each other, and that's just an amazing part that kind of sets brownies apart. At least in my opinion, I maybe should ask you, what do you feel sets brownies apart in your opinion?
I think that's definitely that sets it apart is because I really do it with my heart. And because I love my family so much, I love to invite your families into my family. Which sometimes, you it's kind of, a fine line of business and personal, but I think I mesh them pretty well together.
I would say so. Is there anything as we move to the close of this interview? Is there anything that you feel like you would like the community to know about yourself and Brownies Learning Center that I did not maybe cover in the
I
questions that
think
you?
you covered everything. You did great today.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I do appreciate your time. I appreciate everyone who has taken time to tune in. If you get a chance to watch this on a rewatch, the comments will include all of her contact information so that if you are interested in even just supporting or, just making sure to follow on social media so that, everyone is supported as much as we can as a community, then please do. And thank you everyone for tuning in today. And I'll see you next Friday.
Bye.
Bye, Miss Shamika. Thank you so